The election is less than 2 months away, and this week, two polls gave us a glimpse at where things might stand. And the provincial NDP are in a disagreement about one of their own candidates. CBC's Adam Hunter joins me now to take us through what happened in provincial politics this week. Adam, the polls show Scott Moe's approval ratings remain steady, as does support for his party. What can you tell us about the results?
Yeah, our most recent poll on leaders across the country, the provincial premiers and their approval ratings, Scott Moe has always been near the top since he was selected as the party leader, and that remains the case. He's near the top at about 60% approval ratings, 38% disapproval, and that's been about where he's been, like I said, since he was chosen as party leader. And that's almost identical to the party support across the province among decided voters. That's after a poll by Ecos Research that came out this week from last month that found that 60% of decided voters would vote for the Saskatchewan party, with 28% picking the NDP, about 25% of people saying they're undecided. This is actually a drop in support for the NDP, and exactly where the Saskatchewan party was polling and the seat amount they picked up, about 60% back in 2016. So no real changes there from about 4 years ago, which is quite interesting, Christy. And as you look through some of these numbers, I can tell people that the NDP can't crack 40% support in really any category when you break it down by region, whether that be Regina, Saskatoon, or rural areas, or when you break it down by education or even gender. They do close the gap among women. They're a bit closer. They are closer in the cities, about a 12-point difference in Regina and Saskatoon, but everywhere else, steady and solid support for the Saskatchewan party.
All right, and the NDP are also not allowing a former cabinet minister to stand as a candidate in Regina. What's going on there?
Yeah, so this is something that came out this week, but it actually happened a couple of weeks ago, where the local constituency association in Regina Walsh Acres was informed they'd have to nominate a new candidate, and they weren't given a reason why. Now, the candidate they had nominated in May of 2019 and who'd been campaigning for more than a year to be reelected is a former cabinet minister, Sandra Morin, who held that seat for 8 years, from 2003 to 2011, when she was defeated in 2011 by Warren Steinle. Now, people may know that Warren Steinle ended up vacating that seat. He resigned back last September to run for the federal Conservatives. He won. That seat has stayed vacant for about a year, and Sandra Morin was hoping to get that seat back. The party is saying she can't stand as the candidate. She says she passed the vetting process back when she was chosen as the nominee. And the party says that they found something in the vetting process that will not make her a viable candidate. They can't give us the details. Sandra Morin can't give us the details because of a confidentiality agreement that they've both agreed to. She says that if there's a hearing, she may be able to reveal that. She says it doesn't meet the bar, that it's ridiculous. But Leader Ryan Miley, who does have the final say and sign off on candidates, says that they're confident that they need to choose a new candidate because of what was brought up in this vetting process. Sandra Morin says there's nothing new there. She says she's being bullied. She'd like to work it out with Ryan Miley, and she says she's getting support from plenty of people across the political spectrum, including a well-known union leader here in Regina, Kevin Bittman, who used to be the president of Unifor Local 594. People may remember he was the union leader who went up against Co-op Refinery Complex during that long extended lockout. He says he supports Sandra Morin. He wants her to stand as a candidate Regina Walsh Acres. The NDP to this point, Christie, says no, and they'll have to pick a new candidate very quickly because, as we know, the election is coming up very soon.
We'll have to watch and see what happens with that. Thanks so much for this, Adam.
You're welcome.